Hey, how's it going?
Good. I've got an 1884 Colt that was in the Wyoming Range Wars and the book that goes with it.
There's nothing like a good book after a good shooting.
That's what I always say. I came here today to sell a gun owned by Fred Coates that was intimately involved in the Wyoming Range Wars. I'm hoping to get $55,000, but I would settle on $45,000 because my mother needs the money.
So how exactly did you get the gun?
My father got this from the great-great-granddaughter of Fred Coates, who was one of the guys in the Wyoming Range Wars.
All right. The range wars were basically large cattle barons feuding with really small cattle ranchers. The small guys were stealing cattle from the big guys, and you had the large cattle barons basically hiring their own lawmen. A lot of people just called them thugs. It was just a massive lawless state. So who exactly was Fred Coates?
He was a sheriff in the area that was hired by the land barons to drive the little guys out of town, either by hanging or killing.
So depending on which side you were on, he was either a villain or a hero.
Exactly. Whoever had the biggest checkbook.
So what's the deal with the book?
This book was written by a newspaper publisher during the Range Wars, and on page 140, it reads, "I understood the parties involved in this assault were Frank Canton, Tom Smith, and Fred Coates."
Okay. So what proof do you have that this belonged to Coates?
I have a letter from his great-great-granddaughter, who she inherited it from.
To whom it may concern, I am Ellen Lenore Coates. This Colt 45 revolver, serial number 110935, that my grandfather used in Johnson County was inherited by me. All right, this is all the paperwork you have?
I got the original Colt letter of authenticity.
When you get a letter from Colt, you send them in the serial number, and they send back all their information on that gun. So you want everything to match. Like, this says it's got 45 caliber. This is a 45 caliber. It's a 5.5-inch barrel. That's a 5.5-inch barrel. So everything's matching up. Colt firearms are definitely great collectibles, even when they're not in great shape. But when you throw in a personal story that actually ties a cowboy to a gun, that's the kind of thing collectors love. What were you looking to do with the gun?
I'd like to sell it.
Okay. How much were you looking to get out of it?
I'd like $55,000.
$55,000?
Because of the history involved in this gun and book.
Well, it's definitely a Colt single-action army. It's seen its better days. The nickel is worn off. You can tell it was in someone's holster every day. You know, I know what a revolver like this in this shape is worth. My problem is I need to find out, did this Coates guy actually own it? So let me get someone down here. He'll tell me if it actually belonged to this guy.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
I have no doubt in my mind that this gun belonged to Fred Coates and it was in the Wyoming Range Wars, and I look forward to his expert coming in and looking at it.
Jeffrey, how's it going?
Rick, it's nice to see you. How you doing? I am the Gamble Curator at the Autry National Center, and I specialize in Western history and firearms.
Well, this is what I called you about. It's an 1884 Colt. I'll agree with that. But he thinks it's historically significant.
Can you tell me a little bit about it?
It belonged to Fred Coates and was tied to the Wyoming Range Wars.
Okay. The Johnson County Range War was one of the last great range wars in the history of the American West. Basically, it was a control over the land and who was going to control the cattle industry. The Johnson County Range War was a time when the American frontier was coming to a close. The kind of Wild West that we think of today was moving towards a really urban, industrial society. Rick, do you have any concerns about this particular piece?
I want to know if it was actually his.
Okay.
We have the Colt letter, which is not going to tell you if it was his.
Right, it's going to tell you where it was shipped, what it basically looked like when it left the factory.
And we have this letter right here.
Okay. So this looks to be a notarized letter that is giving some of the provenance of the particular piece that was passed down through the Coates family. Now, one of the things that kind of just jumps out at me immediately is this documentation is done in 2 different ink colors. And then this part that directly references the Colt is listed in a different ink color.
So do you think this actually belonged to Coates?
Basically, with what we have here, it's really hard to make that connection.
It looks to me to be the same handwriting, but just a different color ink.
Yeah, but even if the ink looked fine, everything about this looked right, you need to be able to trace it a little bit more. If the Colt letter stated, for example, that it was shipped to Wyoming, it would be another piece of information that we could use to help further justify that. We can't say definitively that this particular gun was owned by Fred Coates.
So basically the value of this gun is the value of a 1884 Colt single-action Army that's pretty beat up.
Exactly. I mean, you know more probably than any one of us here how much something like that goes for in your shop.
Okay. Thanks, man. I
Thanks,
appreciate
Rick.
it.
It was good to see you.
I do not agree with anything the expert said. I've followed the ancestry, I've done it all. It goes right down. I mean, it just goes right to Fred Coates.
I know you wanted over 50 grand, but the offer I'd make on it is for a beat-up Colt single-action Army. So I'd give you like 1,500 bucks.
Yeah, I'm just not gonna be able to do that. I think maybe I'll see if I can maybe get some more provenance.
Better luck next time.
Thanks. I think what I'm gonna do is do a little more research, see if I can definitively connect the gun to Coates through the place it was sold to in New York, and then go from there.
Can I help you with something?
I brought something I'd like to show you.
Okay. I'm assuming that's a guitar.
Not just any guitar. This is Semmy Mosley's personal blue gospel guitar prototype.
A Mosrite. Well, hallelujah.
Semmy Mosley was a great gospel musician. He founded the Mosrite Guitar Company, and I got this guitar directly from Semmy Mosley 44 years ago. I know it's really rare, so it's worth a lot of money.
Where did you get it?
Well, I got it directly from Semmy Mosley.
Really? That's really, really cool. I know a little bit about him. I know that he started off repairing guitars and then actually started making guitars. So why is it a prototype?
It's a prototype because when he was at a guitar convention in Europe, he met a Spanish luthier who was building flamenco guitars with violin joints. And they had such a remarkable tone that Semmy thought gospel musicians should have something that sings when they do the Lord's work. So consequently, he came back and he did this prototype.
Okay.
He hand wound the pickups. He made the pick guards and the volume plate, and it's built with violin joints.
All right, that's extremely interesting. Right around Semmy Mosley's time, the late 50s, early 60s, gospel, blues, and rock and roll were exploding. So people like Mosley really started experimenting with new sounds. I mean, it looks brand new. I mean, there's one little chip here, but there's no belt buckle marks on it. That's definitely cool. You got paperwork on all this?
Yes, this guitar is probably the most well-known rare guitar anywhere. It's listed in the Celebrity Registry. 009, 1965 gospel prototype, blue, Semmy Mosley's personal gospel.
All right, I'm interested. It sounds really, really cool. Jimi Hendrix, the Beach Boys, Kurt Cobain, these are just a few of the guys who have played Mosrites. So if this is the actual gospel prototype, there will definitely be a market for me to sell this thing. How much do you want for it?
Well, it's about the rarest prototype guitar that exists. At a high-energy auction event, it would bring somewhere between $200,000 and $250,000. Now, I know this is not an auction, but realistically, I'd take $100,000 for it.
Quite frankly, that sounds expensive. Let me give a buddy of mine a call. Deals in rare guitars all the time.
Great, I welcome that. However, you should know, since I've had this guitar since 1969 continuously and got it from the guy who made it, I am considered the industry expert on this guitar.
Okay, well, it's not that I don't trust you, but if I started trusting my customers, I wouldn't be in business long.
I understand.
You understand?
Sure.
So I will be right back.
Thanks.
The moment you walk into my store and try and sell me something, you are no longer the expert. I have to get an unbiased opinion on what this thing is worth before I make an offer. Jesse, my man, what's up?
Come on. So is this the Mosrite in question?
Yes.
It is a really cool guitar, man. Very, very cool. Where'd you get this at?
I got it from Semmy Mosley, the man who made it for his own use.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. My idol, Johnny Ramone, played a Mosrite.
Absolutely.
Mosley, he's a really interesting guy. I mean, he's got his start doing repairs.
Yeah.
Apprenticed under Rickenbacker. Mosrite is one of my favorite companies, and I'm a big fan of surf music. If you ever listen to any surf music from the 1960s, that really cool, reverby, twangy guitar, that's the Mosrite guitar.
He is telling me this is the prototype, the only one that exists like this, and wants a lot of money for it.
It's kind of a pretty well-documented guitar. There's a couple things I can get a date on this. The Mosley tailpiece, for one. The Mosley out of California on the pickups. The style of the knobs. I would say this guitar is probably 67 or 68. The serial number is GA009. So, this is the prototype gospel guitar.
All right, big question. What do you think it's worth?
Well, I've seen one of Johnny Ramone's Mosrites that was very well documented and played guitar. Went for right around $35,000, $40,000. In the guitar market of today, a realistic selling price on this instrument would probably be $25,000.
That's absolutely ridiculous because it's been appraised over the years. Back in the 90s, it was appraised at a minimum of $100,000, and that was in the 90s.
I'm just saying, from knowing what I've just recently sold myself, I don't think anybody's going to step up that high for it.
Well, the guitar's been insured for $100,000 or better.
I mean, I can
since
insure my shoes for
1992.
$100,000 with an insurance company.
I understand that, but your number's not realistic. It's a really rare piece.
Prototypes of Les Pauls at the Les Paul auction did not bring $100,000. Les Paul is credited with inventing the solid body electric guitar. That's why I'm giving this the $25,000 mark in my eyes.
I can't agree with your assessment.
Oh, yeah. And we're just at where we are. I mean,
Thanks,
sorry
Jesse.
about that. You know, it was really cool to see Simi's guitar, but to be honest with you, I'm just kind of glad I got out of there without a black eye.
He can't know what I know about it after 44 years.
Okay. He just told us that Les Paul's prototypes went for less money than you're asking.
It's not only rare, but it's also beautiful.
It's a cool guitar, I'll give you that. But one of a kind doesn't always bring a fortune.
Come on, you know you like it.
Obviously, we're not going to make a deal, so all I can tell you is good luck.
Thanks. I think he just made a huge mistake. I know when it goes to an auction house that recognizes this guitar and knows how to market it, I'll probably get $200,000 or more for it.
What do we got here? I got an old Stevens shotgun, 3 triggers. It's been in the family for about 60 years. I travel around the country with my line of work, and I've been toting the shotgun around for the last 15 years.
What do you do for a living?
I'm an insurance adjuster.
Sounds like you should have a briefcase, not a shotgun.
I came to the pawn shop today to see what kind of money I can get out of my rare 3-trigger, 12-gauge shotgun. I hope today I get a check for $100,000. One thing that I think is really cool about the shotgun is because of the 3rd trigger, is the one that opens up the breech.
Okay, so instead of the little lever on the side, they use that. Okay.
And I believe it was made for somebody special. That's all hand engraved right there.
Oh, absolutely. Stevens, they made good rifles. They made excellent shotguns. We get Stevens guns in here every now and again, but this 3-trigger model shotgun is something you only hear about. It's rumored Wyatt Earp had one. It's definitely badass.
How old is this shotgun?
I would put that at about 150 years old.
It's in really good shape. What you have here is you got a barrel that's made out of Damascus steel. I mean, Damascus steel comes from Damascus, Syria, and there's a few things with the steel there that just made it better. You can see kind of like the wavy lines of the barrel. Pretty much what they would do is they would take wire, wrap it around a solid piece of steel, and heat it up and hammer it till it became one solid piece of steel. Real expensive process, at the time, the best steel in the world. So do you have any idea of what you're looking to get out of it?
100,000.
Are we just shooting in the dark there?
Nobody's ever seen one before.
I've never seen a 3-trigger shotgun in all my life. For all I know, the thing could be worth tens of thousands. On the flip side of that coin, it could be worth absolutely nothing. Would you mind if I called a buddy of mine down to have him take a look at it?
That'd be fantastic.
All right, man, appreciate it. I really want this thing, but when you're dealing with a gun that's this old, lots of things can affect the value. And the last thing I want to do is make an offer and find that I'm way off. Jamison, how you doing, man?
Hey, Big Hoss, how's it going?
Going good.
I've been a gun appraiser for approximately 16 years and specialize in antique firearms, particularly Western firearms like Colts and Winchesters. Well, Corey, I have to say this is one of the rarest shotguns that I've ever seen. I've only seen maybe 4 or 5 in about 16 years of doing this. And most of them, they're unengraved. It's all on the frame and also on the trigger guard. Very nice scroll engraving.
I mean, I kind of figure that to engrave it and make it look that good, I'm assuming you had to be kind of a wealthy guy to own it back then.
Well, reasonably wealthy. I think people back then appreciated firearms more than they do now in a way because they were a sense of livelihood. This shotgun was used for hunting primarily. It does capture your attention with the 3 triggers. Other than having the front trigger unlatch the barrels, it's pretty much a standard hammer shotgun. They were very good quality for that period. This gun's seen a lot of wear, a lot of use. This might be a repair. You can see where the grain doesn't quite match, so it might be a little splice right here. You can see the butt is really worn, like it's been used quite a bit. It does have pitting on the barrels. This gun would classify to me in fair condition.
Well, hold on there. How would you rate that as not being in excellent condition? It's 150 years old.
Doesn't
How
matter.
many have you seen?
Yeah, it doesn't matter, sir. You know, in the gun trade, it has to be in really mint condition. I think there's a misconception out there that rarity is always worth money. Most of the time, it needs to be old and in excellent condition.
I just don't know what it's worth.
That's to be expected. It's unusual. Most people wouldn't know what it's worth. This gun, in the condition that it's in now, would be worth about $700 to $1,000.
How much?
$700 to $1,000.
There's no way.
If it were in much better condition, it would be worth a lot more money.
How much more?
If it were in really nice shape, maybe $2,000 to $3,000, and I'm saying that maybe.
Jimison, thanks for coming in.
Thanks a lot, sir. I don't think he will get a better price. If he sells it to anyone who knows firearms, they're not going to give him much more than that for it.
If you're gonna hold me to make you an offer, I'm gonna offer you around 500 bucks.
There's no way. I've done turned down 2,500. I honestly would like $10,000.
If I were you, I would chase down the guy that offered you 2,500 and shake him down for it. I think maybe the 3 trigger thing, it might have just not been practical, which could have been why they stopped making the 3 trigger models. So you want the 500 bucks?
No, I can't take the 500. It's worth more than that just to show the people, my friends, when they come to visit.
You know, man, it's been in your family this long, you might as well
Sure.
keep it for another 60 years.
I'm going to continue doing my research. In my own heart, I know it's worth more money.
He's yours?
Yes.
What exactly are they?
Oh, we got a couple of Murray Eliminator muscle bikes from 1969. And that one is actually NOS. It has never been ridden.
So we're gonna have to take these for a test spin before you sell them.
Just hear him say that no one's ever ridden this one.
That's why I want to make sure it works.
I've been collecting bikes for about 20 years. I got into the Murrays probably about 10 years ago. I liked them because they were different from any other bike out there. I'm hoping to get $8,000 for the pair, and the least amount I would take was probably $7,500.
So what can you tell me about the bikes, man?
That one is a Murray F3 3-speed bike. The guy I got it from found it in a bicycle shop that had been shut down since the 80s. It was in the box, and I tried to keep everybody off. My kids have tried to ride it, and I told them, no, you're not riding this one.
All right.
And this one is a Murray Eliminator Mark II 5-speed. This is the first year they offered these. They're pretty unique because of the Pritzel handlebars, kind of funky. This one has a brake shift. They called it a drag shifter. You would pull it down, and it would lock the back wheel up, and you'd be able to make a cool burnout. And then this is a billboard chain guard. This is all new for Murray. They made the chain guard big and loud to make the kids go ooh and ah.
Any particular reason you got Murrays instead of Schwinn's, or?
Yes. I've been collecting bikes for about 20 years, and I started collecting Schwinn's like most guys do, and I just said, you know what? I want to collect something that nobody has. I seen these on a picture, and I thought, I gotta have one of these.
All right. Yeah, in late 1950s, early 1960s, a lot of people started customizing cars. There was a lot of motorcycle movies out there. Naturally, kids started doing it with their bicycles. Schwinn was like one of the first people to catch on and start doing the big sissy bars, and they called them wheelie bikes. Schwinn was extremely successful with the Stingray, and so Murray said, hey, sounds like a good idea to us. Yep. So they started making them too. Murray has been producing bikes since the 1930s. And while at first they were pretty expensive, they eventually became known by their competitors as the ones to follow when it came to pricing. Kind of like us here at Gold and Silver. What do you want to do with them, man?
I'd like to sell them.
Any idea of how much you're looking to get, or?
This one I'm asking $6,000 for, and that one I'm asking $2,000 for.
It's a lot of money for Murray's, man. They're all original, everything?
Yes, they're all original, down to the nuts and bolts.
All right. You mind if I have a buddy come down and check them out?
Oh, no, go ahead.
Let me bring in somebody that I know that can kind of tell me a little bit about these. Let me know if they're all original and everything
Sounds
like
good.
that. All right, I'll be right back.
All right. I pretty much know what it is, and I'm open to somebody coming in and basically confirming my knowledge and what I have.
Got some Murray Eliminator bikes. Nice. Back in the 50s, across the country, people were customizing motorcycles. Same thing was going on with the bikes back then. Guys were customizing their bikes and making them look like the choppers they were seeing out there. So in '62, Huffy came out with the first of the muscle bikes. They came out with this type of styling. And then you had the Stingray that came out a year after that. And Murray was trying to get on the bandwagon too. They started coming out with this F-Series, and they made that bike from '67 for about 10 years. And this style of bike, I believe, only came out 1 year, which was '69. And this had all the bells and whistles. I mean, this is definitely the holy grail when it comes to Murray bikes here.
All right.
So what are your concerns, Corey?
You want to give them a look over, see if they're all original?
Okay, yeah, I'll check them out. There's a few things we look for. We want to see the tampos are original here. You know, we got a few nicks, and the Cobra tampo seems to be coming off a little bit, but all looks original, all feels right. All the chrome seems right, doesn't seem like it's been refinished. What we're looking for is factory correctness, and everything's factory correct, all the parts are original. This is exactly the way the bike would have looked like. Let me look over this one. What I love is just the feel of the seat. I mean, it seems like you've stored them in a nice, cool place because they're not hard or cracking. That's what you want to see. Everything checks out. Everything's 100% original on both of them.
All right. It's a big question, man. What do you think they're worth?
Well, that bike there, about $1,200.
Okay.
You don't think the fact that being NOS would make it worth a lot more?
$1,200. It'd be the premium on that bike. This bike here, definitely the holy grail. You don't see too many of these come to market. $3,000 to the right buyer.
Yep, Johnny, I appreciate you, man.
All right, take care, guys. The sellers seem to disagree with my appraisal, but just like the stock market, these items go up and down all the time. The Mark II is one of the more sought-after Murray bikes, but in today's market, I believe it would bring $3,000 tops.
So, I'll go 3 for the pair, or if you just want to sell me this one, I'll do 700.
I can't do that. I've got more than that in that one. I got to have at least 15. And I can't go down any lower than 5,500 on this one.
Man, we are really, really far off, buddy. Looks like we're not gonna make a deal.
All right.
Take care, buddy.
Thank you.
Guess I won't be riding the bike today.
They definitely made a mistake today. They'll never find another one like that in the same condition. You know, their loss.
What do we have here?
This is a Hohner harmonica store display.
Okay. We've all played a harmonica once in our lives.
Right, we have.
And we thought we were good at it.
I'm at the pawn shop today to try to sell my giant Hohner harmonica store display. I found it about 3 years ago at a flea market in California. It just looks like a giant harmonica, so it's fun to display, and I've just got it in my office right now. I am asking $500 for the harmonica. Just from doing some research, I think that's what it's worth.
It's really cool. So we got M. Hohner here, which is Matthias Hohner. Matthias Hohner was born in Germany in the 1830s. He was an apprentice to some watchmakers. In the 1850s, though, he realized the watch business for an individual watchmaker was going away very, very quickly. There was all these watches from the United States flooding Europe because they had a manufacturing process that could make watches a lot less expensive than they can in Europe. So he saw the writing on the wall, but he was also working with an instrument maker and got really, really interested with the harmonica. And he started off making a quality harmonica, ended up getting salespeople in the United States, and the United States just fell in love with the harmonica, especially when blues music hit the scene in the 1870s. At one point, they were selling 10 million harmonicas a year.
Wow.
Okay, so I mean, this is probably 60s or 70s. This would have been in most likely a music store or some department stores, that might have carried them. It's plastic.
Right.
Back in the day, though, like they'd build giant ones for like big department stores. They put out in the window there that were actually metal, and I actually worked and everything else like that. And this one is sort of cool because it's the Marine Band one, okay? And I'm pretty sure that's John Philip Sousa right there. John Philip Sousa was a rock star. You wouldn't think of like a Marine Corps band being like the hippest, coolest music, but back around the 1890s it was. They were very, very popular. And in his Marine Band, he actually had a guy playing a harmonica. It's cute. I mean, it doesn't light up or anything, which would be cool.
No,
And,
it sure doesn't.
It's non-functioning. So, big thing, how much you want for it?
I want $500 for it.
Okay. It's really, really cool, but it's not $500 cool. If it was even non-functioning metal and wood, we'd be getting in the ballpark.
Okay, all right.
It's plastic, and it's not in the greatest shape.
I don't know, it's not too bad a shape.
The cardboard's coming off.
Okay.
Here's $75 for it.
It cost me $150 to fill my truck up with gas right now. I can't take $75 for it. How about if we meet in the middle at like 400?
Nah, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $100 for it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, for that, I'd probably just hang on to it. I think it's cool, and I think it's worth more money than that.
No.
Okay.
All right. If you change your mind, I'm in for $100. Have a good one.
Thank you. Yeah, in all honesty, I feel like Rick's offer kind of blows, so I'll take it home.
What do we have here? Obviously, a very old painting.
Yes, I believe this is the earliest known painting by Anger Kaus, and I think this was painted by him when he was about 12, 13 years old.
Okay. I know that he did some Impressionist paintings.
Mm-hmm.
You know how to tell the difference between Impressionism and Post-Impressionism?
No.
Blurry, extra blurry.
I took a risk when I purchased the painting online, but the one thing that I'm very proud of is that I saved this painting from ending up in a trash heap someplace, and I actually was fortunate enough to preserve this part of history.
I know a little bit about him. He was a really famous American painter, and he got famous for painting American Indians. It was always family life. It was like a mother and a child, a father weaving a basket. He was one of those artists, I mean, not quite Norman Rockwell, but people know him because he did all the calendars for the Santa Fe Railroad.
Right.
And that's how everyone got to know his art. You mind if I pick it up?
Oh, no, not at all. Go ahead.
Okay, and why do you think Kaus did this? I mean, I see his signature there, but his paintings don't look anything like this.
Well, I contacted the Kaus Foundation, and I talked to his granddaughter, and she is the foremost expert on Kaus paintings, and she invited me out to Taos. And when I showed her the painting, she took me in a back room and showed me a really early signature that nobody's seen. And she's like, "You're not going to believe this, but this is a dead ringer signature."
Okay. Well, it's definitely old, I'll tell you that.
Right.
Okay. But it's also in really, really bad shape. And my big concern is we have brackets here that say 1885. Okay. He was already a sophisticated artist by 1885. He would have not painted what was on the other side of this. It looks to me like these brackets were used to make the stretcher. And this isn't a Kaus if it was made after 1885. What did you want for it?
I was told that it could possibly be worth $75,000 to $100,000 to the right collector, but I'd be comfortable letting it go for around $50,000.
There might be something here. I don't know if it's 50 grand, but there might be something here. I have a friend, he's coming down anyway, so I'll have him look at it, I'll get his opinion, and we'll go for there.
Okay.
When he gets here, we'll come and help you out.
Sounds
okay?
great. All right, thank you. I think when the art appraiser comes in and looks at the painting, looks at the paperwork that I have, I believe he's going to say that it is the real deal.
Check this out. This guy says he has an anger house, and it doesn't look like his stuff.
No, not at all.
Well, we're going by what a 12-year-old boy would think of Native Americans at that point.
Is that when this is believed to have been painted, when he was 12 years old?
Yeah, this is like the earliest painting that we think exists.
Okay. Well, I guess that explains things. I mean, this isn't bad for a 12-year-old, but for a Kaus, it's pretty rudimentary.
Yes.
From what I know of the artist, he grew up surrounded by Native American culture.
Right.
The Chippewa tribes were around the area that he grew up, so he had an early fascination, and this kind of demonstrates a little bit of that inspiration without having a full understanding of what goes into it. Now, since you obtained the piece, did you do anything to authenticate it or trace the history?
Well, I called Virginia Kaus Levitt.
Okay.
And she's the foremost expert on his work. So after inspecting it, looking under black light on the signature, she made the decision that the signature was original to the painting.
Okay, well, that's good. It's not in great shape. It's obviously faded. The colors are very muted. You know, it's kind of funny to say this, but I think I'm less concerned about the authenticity than I am, the piece itself. You did a nice job tracing the history and the authenticity. You went to the right source. She's recognized as kind of the go-to on Kaus artworks, and the fact that she says it's authentic, that's good enough for me.
Cool.
The problem you get into, I mean, this is a piece that I think would be much more valuable to a museum, somebody that had an exhibition of Kaus's work. It's in poor condition. It would take a lot of restoration just to get this, to a real marketable state.
How much would it cost to repair this?
You'd probably be looking at about $5,000, I think, if you used a real competent conservator.
And if it was restored, what do you think it would be worth?
To a fine art collector, if it was restored, it might be, because of the name, it might be maybe a $20,000 piece, but that's about as much as you can put on it, I think.
Okay, thanks, man.
Hey, Rick, my pleasure. Good to see you, as always.
If you go up front, Travis has got some stuff for you to look at.
Excellent, I'll take a look. Thank you, guys.
All right, have a great day. Thank you.
The painting isn't bad for a 12-year-old, but when you consider how esteemed the artist became, it's a pretty bad piece. That's a piece that would have interest to a museum to show how the artist progressed and transitioned to the type of work that he was famous for, but it's not the type of work that an astute collector is going to hold in esteem.
I know it's not what you wanted to hear.
No.
I mean, but if you listen to him, you understand what he has to say.
Yeah, I totally understand.
I know you wanted 50 grand for it, but I just don't see a deal happening here. It's just too difficult for me to sell.
All right.
Okay, have a good one, man.
Thank you very much. Not to have an offer made, I feel a little deflated. I believe the painting was worth more than what appraisal was.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, what's happening?
I've got something here which I think is pretty spectacular.
A magnifying glass.
No, it's better than that. Bam! That is 18th century onyx diamond authentic spectacles.
Sweet.
I think Sherlock himself would be rather proud, don't you? I came to the pawn shop today to sell a very unique pair of glasses. I'd like to sell them because I have no use for them. What I'd like to get for them today would be up to $5,000. If I break even, I'll be happy.
So where'd you get these?
I bought these about 10 years ago while I was visiting an antique store.
Mind if I take a look at them?
Absolutely.
God, are these platinum?
Platinum onyx with diamonds in them.
You have to imagine the amount of money someone would have had to be able to afford this stupid of a luxury.
I don't know about stupid, but...
Oh, come on. I mean, you really need platinum, sapphire, and diamond reading glasses at night? These glasses definitely weren't just the type of thing someone could pick up at a drugstore a couple hundred years ago. There's enough stones and precious metals in them to make them worth a lot of money. Any idea what you want for them?
$5,000. How's that?
If you broke it all apart, I could tell you exactly what the platinum's worth and what the diamonds are worth and what the sapphires are worth. Okay. But when you put them all together like this, it kind of puts you in a conundrum. You mind if I call my dad over here? He's just going to give me a better idea of what they're worth.
Okay.
Let me go grab them real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, thank you.
I think there's definitely something here. But since I've never seen a pair before, it's worth asking for a second opinion.
Hey, how's it going? You've been here before, haven't you?
Yeah, I was with the pedal car. Remember that one? The black and white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was
All
good
right.
doing business with you.
Okay. All right, what do we got here?
These are 18th century spectacles.
Okay.
Old chap, you know what I mean?
So what do you think about them, Rick?
They're probably 1920s, the whole Art Deco style. This was what was popular during the time period. Spectacles were probably first invented in the 13th century. And by the 16th century, people were buying them and personalizing them, making them a fashion statement.
What do you think they're worth as is?
Generally, jewelry from this time period to this quality is worth a lot of money.
Good.
But technically, this isn't jewelry. Got probably 10 grams of platinum there and some very inexpensive stones. And you can't exactly wear these around your neck.
So what do you think they're worth?
$700 or $800.
Seriously?
Yeah.
When he brought out his dad and told me they were worth $700 to $800, I was a little bit disappointed. I honestly thought they were more valuable than that. I'm going to disagree because I've seen similar ones online valued at $5,000 plus.
Is that what they want for them, or is that what they're selling them for?
Oh, that I don't know.
Thanks. These things look really cool and Art Deco, but spectacles aren't used by a lot of people today, so they're basically worth the raw materials.
How much were you looking to get?
Give me $850. I'll leave a happy man.
What do you think, Big Hoss?
What did my dad say, 800?
Yeah.
I feel a lot better about these now that my dad looked them over, but I think he might have lowballed a little bit.
$850, come on. It's a win-win situation, don't you think?
I'll give you the 850.
Good man.
All
Cheers.
right.
Thanks.
You sure about that?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, I'll meet you down over here at the counter.
All right, appreciate it.
My dad knows a lot about diamonds and precious metals, but what he doesn't know is how hot vintage jewelry is right now. If I'm gonna prove I deserve a piece of this company, I'm willing to take risks like this to show I know what I'm doing, even if it does piss my dad off. How's it going?
Good, how you doing today?
What do we got here?
I got a Pez collection I'm looking to unload today.
Got any candy?
No, these have no candy in them at all. These are all from the 1960s, 1970s.
What good are candy dispensers without candy?
Come on, man. You work with this guy. I'm coming to the pawn shop today to try to sell some of my Pez collection. I like Pez collecting because they're pretty cool. I mean, it's real Americana. You know, like baseball cards or Barbie dolls, G.I. Joe dolls. It's just fun collecting them. These are very, very collectible, and it's a great hobby.
Seems like this is something that kids would be into collecting, man.
Come on, man. Busts my balls all day long. I know it might look childish to you, but there's definitely money into it. I have Casper the Friendly Ghost in the original box from the 1960s. This particular Pez here goes for like $300 to $400. I have the Mickey Mouse in the original box. It's a die cut. This piece here goes for about $350, $400. One of my coolest pieces I like is the original Batman. Very tough to find. You know, this goes for about $250, $300. We got Bozo, Tinkerbell, a Zorro. The 50 pieces that I'm bringing in today worth about $5,000.
Such a big collector, man. Why are you looking to sell them?
Well, to be honest with you, a lot of these are my doubles.
Okay.
And I just want to unload them.
Okay.
So I can make money on them and
buy more Pez, obviously.
Buy more Pez, definitely.
Okay.
More rare ones.
I'm definitely interested in these Pez dispensers. I mean, there's a huge community out there of people who collect these things online. My only problem is that there's so many people out there buying and selling these things already that I need to get them really cheap. Otherwise, I'm not going to be able to sell them.
What do you want for them?
I'd like to grab $2,500 for them.
I had to grab it somewhere else. I'm gonna offer you $1,000, my friend, just because I gotta resell them.
You could put these on the internet individually and definitely make your money back on these.
Well, man, I'm not looking to break even at all. I put them on the internet, next thing you know, I'm competing with 5 other guys selling the same Pez.
I understand that, but these 3 pieces alone are a G-note. Yeah. These 3 pieces alone. Give me $2,000, man.
$1,000 is what I can do.
It's fine.
All right, buddy.
Get out of here, man. I can't believe one of them guys offered me $1,000 for them 50 pieces of Pez. That's an insult to the Pez community. I can't believe it. That's why they're chooches.
How you doing, gentlemen?
Oh, pretty good.
I have a bronze statue I'd like to sell.
Do you know much about it?
I don't know what to tell you about that.
This is a statue called Pegasus, and this is Perseus. Perseus was the mythological figure that killed Medusa.
Okay? And the helmet he's wearing right here made him invisible.
You got me. I don't know what you're talking about. I decided to come to the pawn shop today to sell a limited edition 1888 bronze statue by Louis Picard. I want to sell my statue for about $6,000, but you know, I can take 55, but I won't take less.
So what can you tell me about this thing?
It was made in 1888 by the French sculptor Émile Picard.
Okay.
Rick, it's a quality piece. I don't know the sculptor.
Picard was an artist in France. He was born in the 1830s, died around 1915. He did a lot of mythological stuff, and this was his most famous one. If this is a genuine Picard, we're talking thousands of dollars. His sculptures are highly collectible, but in the art world, there's just millions of fakes, so you have to be really careful. The patina looks right. What doesn't look right is there's some pitting right here, and that crack right there is from when they casted it. It didn't happen later. If it's an original, the casting will all be right.
Well, to be honest, I don't know how to respond.
I believe this was recast probably around 40, 50 years ago, long after Picard died.
Why would they do that?
That's just, this is what I'm seeing. Right here, you have Collection Française. You see this?
Yeah.
It says Made in USA below it. This was not made in 1888. The original was made in 1888.
I don't believe you.
Okay, I mean, I just don't see 1800s here. It's an American foundry in the 1950s.
What you've seen and what you can prove is two different stories.
I see this all the time. People will bring in things like this, and I tell them it's not real. And they just think I'm an asshole. They think, that guy can't appraise art, but I can. It's not as old as this date says it is.
I don't care what you say. I don't care what you tell me, but I know you're full of
You know, it's all right, Antoine. I got it. That's just what I see.
We might be wrong. We don't know. We're in the business to make money. But when we don't feel comfortable with something, we're going to back off. We really appreciate you bringing it in, but it's not for us. That's all I can tell you.
I'm glad he didn't want to buy. This is his loss, not mine.
Hey, man, what do we got?
This is Madonna's personal daily planner and phone book from 1988, filled with unbelievable phone numbers, dates, all completely handwritten by Madonna.
So where'd you get it?
When I was 12 years old, I snuck into her hotel room and I stole it.
Really?
I'm joking. I came to the pawn shop today to sell Madonna's personal daily planner and phone book from 1988. This is something I purchased at a very reputable auction house. And this item is a great Madonna artifact, but I think the time has come for me to pass this on to another diehard Madonna collector.
This is really something I've never seen before.
She's got music video dates and personal people's birthdays, Cher's phone numbers in there, Jane Fonda, Warren Beatty, Dennis Hopper's phone number, Bruce Willis, Pee Wee Herman, the list goes on and on.
Did she sign it anywhere, or?
Her name is actually right here in the front of the book with her phone numbers that she had at the time, and you could see this is in her handwriting where it says Madonna. She's got music quotes, she's got little hearts around Sean Penn's name.
She was married to Sean Penn at some point, wasn't she?
She was. So it wouldn't surprise me if the two of them get back together again. I think Sean Penn has always been Madonna's true love.
I don't know that much about her, but Madonna has been a huge star for decades, and a lot of people consider her the queen of pop. And she does have some mega fans out there that would pay good money for this. So how much are you looking to get for it?
I'm asking $25,000 for the book.
Really?
Really.
When it comes to something like this, I really don't even know where to start. I'm gonna give a buddy a call and have him come down and tell me if this is her handwriting, because I really don't even know what to say about this right now.
I would love to see what he has to say.
I'll be back.
I don't feel that it requires an expert's evaluation. I know how legitimate and how great this item is. This was something I had to have. I love Madonna. I think she's amazing. Vogue, Vogue, Vogue.
Got a weird one for you.
Oh, great.
Madonna's day planner.
Ah, cool. Obviously, Madonna's kind of a big deal. She's really difficult to get near, tough autograph. She doesn't like signing. She doesn't like people just being around her. Because of that, her value is insane. She's like one of the most valuable modern era celebrities that's still alive.
All right.
What are your concerns?
Dude, I don't even know if it's hers. It just looks like a bunch of gibberish from a high school girl. I really don't even know what it is.
This will be challenging here. The thing I have to do is, because we're not really basing it on a signature, I've got to check her handwriting. Obviously, I have to compare her writing compared to the stuff I have. She had a way of writing, a lot of lowercase letters, cursive, some printing, some block letters. I'm looking for transition points on her S, and you could see it where she wrote shirt here and Sean. It's literally the same thing.
S.
And she takes her S here and she brings it straight up. That's a positive sign. Just kind of looking for matches, and I'm looking at the 4 and looking all lowercase here and looking literally at the same letter formation. Yeah. Her R's, interesting, her transitions here. Again, I see the same type of R here. You know, based on everything, though, I'm seeing here, Corey, it's from her, and it's pretty cool if you want to know the truth. I think it's a really neat piece of memorabilia to have.
Is it actually worth any money, though?
Yeah, she's one of the biggest stars of all time.
What's it worth?
You know, what I think is interesting about this piece is that it hasn't really been circulated in a long time, and it's kind of a personal piece of hers. So it's got a little more than like a signed photograph or an album. So conservatively, I'd say $10,000 to $12,000 range, right in that ballpark.
I disagree.
Okay, well, that's fine.
I definitely think it's worth a lot more. I've been offered a lot more than that, but, you know, we all have an opinion.
Of course.
I appreciate you coming down.
Good to see you. Yep. Good
Appreciate it. Thank you, man.
Yep, you bet. I think it's a great buy for the shop. Finding a personal effect of hers, like a date planner, or talking about a rare item. Anything Madonna has significant value to it, and especially something that comes right from her.
You were asking 25. Heard my guy say 10 to 12. I'd give you like $4 grand for it.
It's insulting, to be honest with you. It's worth a lot more than that. I'd go down to 20.
I'd go to 5. We're not gonna make a deal, are we?
Listen, we all make mistakes in life.
Madonna's day planner isn't gonna be one of mine, I promise.
Well, we'll see what happens. I appreciate your help.
Take care, man.
Thanks, man. This was worth clearly over $20,000. It is an iconic piece of rock and roll music memorabilia, and his offer was insulting, but that's okay. We all make mistakes.
What do we got here?
Led Zeppelin 1 signed by the full band.
By the full band, I only see one.
Jimmy Page signed the front, and on the rear, John Bonham, Robert Plant, John Paul Jones.
That's pretty amazing. I've never seen, you know, Led Zeppelin sign an entire album.
Jimmy, being the leader of the band, refused to sign the back. This was his puppy.
Yeah, Jimmy Page is now the one begging Robert Plant to play.
When Led Zeppelin came around, this band rocked. It was like Take No Prisoners. There's probably 24 authentic signed Led Zeppelin albums in existence. So I'm looking for $22,000.
So that is really neat. It's Led Zeppelin. There was nothing bigger.
Right.
And unfortunately, like most rock bands of their era, we had John Bonham ended up dying in, yeah, it was 1980. I was 15 years old and I had tickets to the concert.
Right. That whole tour was canceled.
Yeah, I ended up having to go get a refund. So where did you get this?
A private collection.
Okay.
A young lady, when they played Liverpool Stadium, 1971, the band was notorious for having ladies around, and the roadies saw them. They invited them backstage after the show. She got the autographs.
Hey, this is really amazing. Led Zeppelin is one of the greatest rock and roll bands of all time. Every one of their albums was in the top 10, and 6 of their albums were #1. Now, 4 signatures on an album, if this is real, I probably won't want to put it in the store. I want to bring it home. The big question is, how much do you want for this?
$22,000. As far as Led Zeppelin collectors go, this is the holy grail to Led Zeppelin items.
My huge concern on this, we got Jimmy Page on the wrong side.
But you're not going to find something like this.
So, have you ever had the signatures checked out?
Yes, independently, yes.
Let me call up my friend, take a look at it.
Of course.
He really knows his stuff, so hang out for a few minutes. Sure. I'm gonna go give him a call. Maybe we can do something.
Yeah. I understand an expert being brought in, but I don't buy things that I have doubts about. But, you know, it is what it is.
Good to see you, man. How are you?
Doing good.
Good. How you doing? Nice to see you.
This is it. This is what I called you about.
The greatest rock band of all time.
Yes, they are.
They're the guys who really, gave everybody else their inspiration. Well, trying to put together a signed Led Zeppelin album is really difficult. John Bonham died in 1980. Robert Plant, John Paul Jones, Jimmy Page, they're not really that accessible. If the signatures are good, if everything checks out, there's no doubt this is going to end up being one of the rarest items I'm ever going to see.
The big thing is, are they real, and what's your opinion on what it's worth?
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, Rick, is look at it under magnification. Right there, ballpoint pen. And you take a look right here. Oxidized, it's a little older, you could tell. Nice aged ink. So we know we've got live ink on here. That's a great sign. The next thing I want to do is take a look at the examples I have on file. The Robert Plant signature is something I take a look at all the time. He would just flow through the signature. He had this big R, and then the rest would just become all a big flow. But I want to go back to the bottom signature. Whole name is connected, and he's doing the same thing here. John Paul Jones, probably the nicest signature in the band. The last one I want to take a look at, the Jimmy Page. And that, again, is just all over the board, but I love this flow and spontaneity.
Okay, so it's all legit.
Based on everything I've seen, absolutely no doubt this is the real deal.
Sweet. And what do you think it's worth?
It's rare as hen's teeth, okay? These things just really don't exist. The only thing that kind of bugs me a little bit is the one signature on front and the other guys on back. But with that said, I put this value right at about $10,000 to $12,000.
Okay.
Way off. And no, with all due respect,
absolutely.
I understand you're a signature person.
Yeah.
You're not really a praiser.
I actually take that.
Okay.
No, I actually see. I've been doing this for about 25 years, so I've seen a lot. I've seen a lot of autographs and material.
I'm not trying to.
And I get where you're coming from too, but at the same time, I've seen plenty of these pieces. Yeah, I've done a lot of research on these through the years.
Okay, I respect your opinion, but we all have opinions. You do realize that Jimmy signed. The reason why Jimmy didn't follow suit with the other three is because this was his baby, this album.
Absolutely. Exactly. I'm not actually discounting any of that stuff.
Right.
One second. I'm not discounting any of that stuff. I would tell you this much, that if you told that to the average person, they're not going to care. They want them all on the back.
Thanks, man.
Yep. Good luck. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, talking to you.
Cheers. If I'm a collector, and if I'm someone looking to buy a high-end collectible, and especially to spend a huge amount of money, I'm going to want all those signatures to be together and be displayable. Unfortunately, this wasn't all together, and that kind of takes away from that total value.
I would give you $8,000 for it.
Sorry, we're, again, miles apart on this.
I mean, what's your best price on it?
My best price would be $17,500. This is history.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go $8,500, but...
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I appreciate the offer.
Okay, well, if you change your mind, come back. The offer's open. Have a nice day. Thanks for coming in.
You too. Thank you. People are naive. It's opinions. Everybody has opinions. This will sell. I have no problem selling. I just think that they really need people that know what the hell they're talking about. I know what the I'm talking about. This guy is an ass.
A call just came in from a guy selling a boat. It sounded cool, but no one else was around, so I just decided to go check it out myself. I thought you had a boat.
It is a boat.
Does it float?
No, it is a float.
I thought a boat floats.
This boat floats in parades.
I'm confused.
Shiver me timbers. I called the guys down at the pawn shop today to check out my street legal pirate ship. I own a company, and we specialize in making these boats for bachelor parties, parades, and rallies. I'd like to sell it today because we'd like to start our next bigger one. I'm asking $250,000. Why don't you come on aboard?
All right.
What do you think?
It's pretty sweet. Can you show me all the features?
I'll show them to you. We've got those black pipes. They pump out all the fog you could ever want. It's got the front stage. You come down the stairs, you got center stage. We've got a wet bar here. Then when we go to the top right up here, we've got lasers that come out of there that paint the whole floor green and red. We got a big screen TV on the back that films the entertainment, whatever's happening in the boat, so the people behind you can enjoy what's happening.
Well, that might be dangerous if I was on here partying.
It very well might be dangerous. I believe that.
Is this legal to drive on the street?
Absolutely. It's got license, registration, inspected. It'll go 60 miles an hour down the highway. We took a 1-ton GMC chassis from a Chevy truck, took the body off, put a steel substructure underneath it, and we covered the whole thing with 100% African mahogany. It's got a 350 Chevy carbureted motor, pushing about 300 horsepower.
All right. You think I could take a picture and send it to my boss?
Absolutely.
A pirate ship, you can actually drive 60 miles an hour on the highway? This is awesome. Let's take it for a spin while I'm waiting for him to reply back.
You got it, brother. Let's go.
Chum's phone just keeps on going straight to voicemail.
I'm sure it's all right, dude. Here, I'll text him. Don't buy the float. Send. There, everything will be fine. Don't worry, I'm sure he's not gonna buy it. He doesn't have any money on him.
But he's an idiot.
Woo! I'm on a boat! Sup, ladies? I feel like captain of a ship right now.
It's a good look for you.
I can't wait to show this to everyone. If I can make a deal, Rick will think I'm the man. Pretty awesome.
Right on. You like it?
I do. What are you trying to get for it?
$250,000. 240?
I'm thinking you could rent this boat out for a couple grand a night. I mean, it's a gold mine. I'm pretty sure Rick will want it. I can give you $100,000.
Man, my bottom dollar's 190, 190,000. That's giving it away.
190,000 is giving it away.
Giving it away.
I don't think my boss would let me spend that much.
That's it?
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I had a good time, though. It was fun.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time, but I'm driving you all over this place. Why don't you call your boss?
I could do that. Let's see.
Well,
he might want it.
Do it.
It looks like he texted me already. Do not buy the float. That was Rick, my boss. He said not to buy the float in a text message.
Huh. That's it?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to pass.
Well, that's bull. Whatever.
Oh, sorry, man. I can't believe Rick didn't want this pirate ship. If it was up to me, I would have bought it. We've never had anything in the shop like it before.